New Jerusalem Blue. We're about to do another video from the King James Version Apocrypha. This was in the 1611 Bibles. It was taken out. Apocrypha, Greek means hidden. This is one of the hidden books. You know, this is a lot of meat and bones and details on events that are going to happen in the end time. So it's more so like a blueprint. But I'm going to tell you what I honestly believe, you know. I know how to link all these precepts together, so we're going to start at 15, 2esdras chapter 15, 1 through 27. Okay? Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So this goes to, you know, a lot of people be like, well, the Bible is not valid. See, the Bible is a book that is inspired by the Most High. His people, his prophets, and who he touches and pours his Ruach HaKodesh out upon, which is the Holy Spirit. He basically takes control, just like King Solomon. How do you think King Solomon wrote so many books? Because the Most High dwelt within him. The same way the Most High dealt in HaMashiach, the Messiah, you know? It was his son. We all are his sons. We all are his Ben Els, his Ben Elohim, his son of the living El. Why you think most of all the angels, they all end in El, like Mike El, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Yisrael, which is Israel, but El, in the beginning, El, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Now back to this. He said, and caused them to be written in paper. They are faithful and true. So the Bible means the book of the prophets. The book of the prophets, they were all inspired by the Most High. In order to have that wisdom, because in order to have wisdom, it starts with the fear of the Most High. And wisdom is a mother, and she will teach you things of the past, present, and the future. You know, it all goes hands in hand. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. But you have to have that spirit of truth, you know. That's why you can't bear false witness. 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So, I believe you can get that precept in Revelation chapter 18, 5 through 8. Alright. 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. 7. Therefore saith the Lord. 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continuously. See, in Revelation, he also, this is around the time when those prayers went up, the angels, the incense, and they took them up to the Most High because the dead were crying out. They said, how much longer? And he said, to the number of brethren that were killed just like you, saints, and slain in their blood, and that number is fulfilled. He said, that's when the time will be, you know? And through the course of this 400-year period, we lost a lot of people from, you know, you had Nat Turner, you had, Harriet Tubman, she had her revelations, but she wasn't slain. But, honestly, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Tupac, a lot of people that was in the music industry that got sacrificed, that had a powerful voice, you know, because prophets come in many forms. They all have a voice. All of the prophets, lost sheep of the house of Israel and Israelites, they are all gifted in a way. They all can do music. They can all speak fluently. They can all tap into their inner potential in order to touch your spirit, you know? That's how it always been, you know? So it's nothing new under the sun, like King Solomon said. So that's one thing I learned from watching a lot of things over the years, you know? Prophecy never stops in no timeline. It's either wicked people fulfilling prophecies or righteous people that don't even know that they're fulfilling prophecies. Is happening all the time. You know, a lot of people, they're just looking in the wrong places for the wrong things. All right. So this was at 8, but we're going to go back to the end of 8 when he said, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continuously. So that's them in Revelation crying up to the heavens saying, how much longer? You know, because people, they want the second coming. You know, the dead want to be risen at this point. You know, like, how much longer we got to wait? You know? 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. You know, a lot of people were slain. But when the Most High, when a curse comes upon you, you know, which we suffer today from the generational curse because our forefathers broke the law, statutes, and commandments. So a lot of people don't know. It don't matter if you protest, march, whatever you do. That's not going to stop nothing, you know? You know, certain things have to be fulfilled. But honestly, the stuff that you're seeing on TV today, the judgment is about to start. The Most High is just putting that on display for everybody to see, you know? It's no coincidence that cops sat on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes, 29 seconds. Anything with the number 9 in it is the symbolism of judgment. Number 9 means judgment. Just like completion. 9 means completion as well. Just like Hamashiach, he died on the 9th hour. The Messiah, he died on the 9th hour. But 9s mean judgment. So it's not a coincidence you see these numbers in this police report in these videos, you know? The Most High deals with everything on numbers, you know? 7s, 9s, 1s. Once you learn how the biblical numbers work, it'll be easier for you to decipher things and see things before they even happen, you know? By just watching the numbers. All right. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of bondage. 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite bondage with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Where I say bondage at, it says Egypt. But Egypt, the real name for Egypt is Mitzrayim, which was Ham, Cush, and Mitzrayim. Egypt is the Greek word for Egyptos, which Egyptos means bondage. So that's why you see these words in Revelations and this and that, but this is the translation and meaning. It means bondage, house of bondage, you know? The Israelites been in bondage in so many different nations, but they were in Egypt again because Egypt was the first bondage. They weren't sent to that captivity. They were just put in bondage because the people over there hardened their hearts and they seen that they were increasing in numbers. So they just did something wicked, you know? So that's what happened. 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. See? This is what we mean. See, like in the old days. So now he's saying we're not in Egypt again, but we're in the land of bondage, you know, where we was taking on the transatlantic slave trades. We're descendants of slaves. Everything in this society is set up against us, from Willie Lynch, Jim Crow. It's just a new form of everything, you know. You see how these people are working, the workers of iniquity. But this is the age of awareness. So all these lies and deceits and sin, they're all coming to the surface. Because the Most High, he's lifting up his elect now. All of these special chosen seeds are becoming conscious and activated. And they're seeing things for what they are, you know. So like before, they would assassinate one conscious brother if he rose up. But at this point, it's too many conscious people all over the world. Everybody is seeing this on display. So this is how recompense is done. Their same technology and everything they set up against people to oppress them with their wicked devices and gadgets. Guess what? Now it's working against them. It's not working in their favor no more. Everything they set these things up to do sinister things with. But guess what? It's hitting a whole 360 on them. You know? And they try to keep it under wraps. A lot of times they demonetizing people's channels and doing all this stuff because guess what? They don't want this stuff to get out. How do you think that makes them look as a nation? But when your whole foundation is built on manipulation, lies, scandalism, and dividing and conquering the people so they don't come together as one or become mighty, And that's another thing that's been going on all through our neighborhoods, our families, taking the man out the household. You got our people running like wild bulls in the street. The Most High said his people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. So our people out here committing crimes, doing this, and that, can't even hold their own weight. So these people, they literally sit back and watch them and monitor and let their sins and crimes reach their peak and then give them an ultimatum like, you either about to go to jail for this or you going to help us bring such and such down, Whoever they think is a potential one that could rise up and rise to the occasion and be smart and, become a threat to them in their lives and their society, guess what? They will use your own family, your dumb family that's consistently catching charges in and out the streets. That's the same thing that happened to me. I'm going through a lot of stuff right now, but it ain't stopping me, because guess what? All it's making me do is go harder. I've been activated now. So it's no going back at this point, I left everything in the streets alone. I left all the drugs alone, cigarettes, everything alone. Guess what? I prepared myself for the bridegroom and I'm ready, And I'm going to let him inhabit me. I'm going to let him do whatever it is that he want to do with me so judgment can be executed on the wicked. All right, back to this. Egypt shall mourn, bondage shall mourn, and the foundation of it be smitten with the plagues and punishment that God shall bring upon it. 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. Fearful constellation. In 2020, the constellation of the seven sisters, Pleiades and Orion. You know what that constellation meant? Judgment. And right after that, the coronavirus hit, which is called COVID-19. Remember what I told you about 9? 9 is is bringing something to completion, and it's the beginning of judgment. And right here, another thing that it says in here. He said, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting of hell. One of the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham is increase in hell, and snow, fiery, burning down the cities of, there's so many things, wild beasts, coming up out of the habitation. Guess what? They cut their whole habitation down, Animals even pissed off. They got the animals in captivity, I can go on and on and on about this, but I'm going to go back to the 14. Woe meaning destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So this goes back to Matthew 24, 6 through 7. How will you know the second coming? You will hear rumors of wars, nations rising against nations, famines, earthquakes, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. Earthquakes in diverse places, what I get out of that is weather in places it normally wouldn't happen at. Like Texas freezing up, one places that it's normally hot at is cold, earthquakes in diverse places, But it still means literal earthquakes as well, volcanoes, earthquakes. Guess what? When the Most High come down to shake something, this is how he starts. He used the elements of nature. And that causes confusion. Your solar flares cause confusion, strong delusion. He said, for there shall be sedition amongst men. This is 16. And invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and their course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. I wonder why. So when this destruction happens, it's going to be so many looting, rioting, burning down the cities. You know, it's going to be so many events happening all at once. You got World War III about to break out. You got nuclear bomb, people going to war. You know, you got ships being seized in the middle of the ocean, so food ain't coming in. You got so much stuff going on because everybody is fed up at this point. Everybody's on go. Every nation on go. Everybody ready to hit the button right now. The people on the ground, the people in high places, the Most High, the Archangel Michael ready to rise up to go smite the demons. It's going to be a war, all-out war. Whatever happens in the spiritual realm, then it happens in the physical. But guess what? It's going to be a sequence. See, at the end in the age of awareness, this is when events unfold at a rapid rate. It's not a slow process. Oh, it happened up there. Michael went to go smite the demons up there. Nah. Everybody get confusion down here, and then all great evils come upon the earth, and people gotta do what they gotta do down here. It's the process of elimination. Just like those that don't die from the famine, they're gonna die from the sword, and those that don't die from the sword, they're gonna die from one of the other 10 plagues, you know? If you don't got that marker, that seal, or you ain't been preserved, or you ain't part of that 1/3 or one of them cleavers, you know, this is what you gonna get, you know? All right. 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. See, this that looting. And men shall be afraid. 19. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for the Great Tribulation. You know what the Great Tribulation is? The 7-year period, which I believe we are in right now. And I believe we are at the 3.5 mark because the first 3 signs and wonders I seen in 2017. And the 8th month, the Great Eclipse, which is the beginning of judgment, which another eclipse is coming at the end of the 7-year period. And then you have September 2017, the constellation of the Revelation 12. Then the 10th month of 2017, you got Uma that come into the atmosphere. And then 2020, you got the 7 Sisters Pleiades constellation, which is judgment as well. And COVID-19 hits. One of the first plagues, sickness and illness. So, he said, no man knows the time and hour, but you will know by the signs and the wonders. All right, back to this. Because of the Great Tribulation. That's why the Apocrypha is so vital, because it gives you the meat and bones and details of what is to come and how it's just going to unfold. 20. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun. For the south, from the east, the Libanians, to turn themselves one against another, repay the things that they have done to them. So this is the part where he hardens everybody's heart. He brings division between the people that always brought division amongst his people. So now he's going to make these nations kill each other. He's going to literally turn the Democrats against the Republic. He's going to turn the KKK and all them what you call them, Confederate people in the South against whatever, the gangbangers, you know? It's going to be an all-out war out this joint, point blank period. And that's how I see it coming, you know? Gangbangers, they going to be out catching wreck. You got them hillbillies, they going to be catching wreck. You got, everybody got guns, whether they legal or they illegal, you know? Because guess what? They put guns in the black community so we could kill each other. But in that day, guess what? It ain't going to work that same way no more. They ain't going to be killing each other. They going to be killing the people that was putting them in jail and doing all this stuff to them. Because guess what? Ain't going to be nobody to lock them up. All right, back to this. 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord God. 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. 23. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. You see, a lot of these institutions tell you that the law, statutes, and commandments is done away with. But Hamashiach, which is Jesus, as you know in English, which is Yahushua, he is salvation. He said, I did not come to do away with the law, but to fulfill the law, because people made it seem like the law was hard. But as far as the sacrificial law is slaying animals for sin, that's done away with, that's done away with, because he was the ultimate sacrifice, a human blood. Why you think these devils and Hollywood and high and wicked places, these kids come up missing and somebody's always ending up dead? Somebody's family member or somebody. As soon as they become rich and famous, somebody automatically just dies. Or whoever's bright or next to blow, that is short-lived, Like Juice WRLD said, all legends seem to die quick, He said he don't want that title now, There's a reason to that. But that's why, Because they get power from sacrificing of humans, Just like we get grace and mercy by being covered in the Hamashiach's blood, If we're his chosen, his elect, or his people that cleave to his people that are really his people, 24 again. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. Because you know what sin is? Sin is transgression of the law. So how could the law be done away with? What you think is sin now is you sinning in a society that's against everything the Most High said. It's not really sin. That's why you get grace and mercy when you're dealing with these wicked people, Because when you repay evil with evil, it's not really sin. When you're doing what you got to do to survive because all the odds are stacked against you, it's not really sin. But the ultimate sin is the transgression of the law, statutes, and commandments, which the Most High gave your forefathers, which they broke, which led you into captivity. So you suffer the generational curses now to this present day. That's why all these things have come upon you. So if you don't wake up and you don't see it for what it really is, and you just go by half truth, guess what? He said in Revelations, if you're nor hot nor cold, he's going to spit you out. Meaning if you're lukewarm, that means you are unsure. You have to pick a side. Feel me? It's not hard to comprehend, is it? That's why he said you have to have prudence. Prudence means good judgment and common sense. 25. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. So this is go back to Revelation 2 when he said that, well, it's one of the books, but everybody knows this story when he said they are going to come to me and say that they have known me, and I'm going to say that I have known them not. Flee from me. You know why? Because everybody wanted to be justified for their sins. See, the church, some churches, I'm not going to say all churches are like this, because everybody is unique in their own way. And, I believe everybody has a little piece of the puzzle. But when it comes to them prosperity preachers, it's all about money or this, and that. They like the shepherds in Isaiah leading the flocks to the slaughter, And if you don't have the whole truth, or they tell you only can read this book or that book, and don't go look for yourself, and you just gonna take people's word for it, and half of these people ain't too bright, What I'm saying is you gotta seek and find, show yourself approved, It's always good. You can listen to people, you take heed, but that don't mean everything everybody say is true. Seeing is belief. So if you see it yourself, read it yourself, that's when your intuition kicks in and tells you, like, well, this gotta be right, Or, well, he told me this and it don't say this right here. Just like it don't say nowhere in the Bible, turn the other cheek. I ain't read about that part. I heard an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, you ask me. All right, where we at right now? 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For God shall not deliver you because you have sinned against him. Amen. Yahweh, he that is and always will be. Elohim, Shaddai, Ancient of Days. Bahashem, coming in the name. Adonai, Sovereign and King. Hamashiach, the Messiah. Yahweh Shai, he is salvation. I pray that Baruch, blessings be to whoever watches this. I pray that we are covered in the Hamashiach's blood. You got our steps in the righteousness. Take our feet from the path of sinners. Move our spirits to do the things that are pleasant in your sight. Allow us to not bear false witness. I pray that you allow us to not mislead anybody for our own gains. I pray that you allow us to overcome and not be overtaken. And I pray that you just lift us on high. I pray that you rain judgment on the wicked, those in high and wicked places, principalities, rulers of the darkness. Woe to them. I pray that you remember your manna, your truth and covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I just pray that we leave with great substance. I pray that you blanket us with your right hand, protect us. And I pray that you give us strength where we are weak. All praises to you. Amana, truth and covenant. Hallelujah. Praise ye Yah. Salah. Deuces. I'm out.